Will I be making more people angry with this video? I'm sure I definitely won't, because the internet is just so open-minded and harmonious, and it feels like a utopia. So I think we'll all 100% agree with my casting choices for Disney's upcoming live-action adaptation of Hercules. Who put the glaring gladiator, Hercules? Okay, I won't be casting all of the characters, just the main ones, the most important casting decisions. And I've actually done this before, but I've evolved and changed my mind, and time has passed, so yeah. I've put a lot more thought into this one than I did before, and I'll be discussing the various options and routes that Disney could go with the casting. So let's just dive right in with casting the lead character, Hercules. If I see another person fan cast Chris Pratt or Chris Hemsworth or any of the other Chris's or Noah Centineo or Taron Egerton or someone too old or too boring or too deprived of the animated character's sparkle, I may pass away. There are some really horrid fan casts out there. Initially, I sort of thought that Jacob Elordi from Euphoria would be a solid fit for the role. He's around the right age, he has a similar facial structure, he has the right body type where he can play both wimpy and muscular Hercules, but he doesn't really have much charisma, and I'm not sure if he can sing either, so I don't know. I'd be fine with him, but not ecstatic, I don't think. I've heard names like Michael B. Jordan, but he just doesn't give me that Hercules vibe. I think Mason Gooding from Scream, Love Victor, and Booksmart has both the dorky charm and the smooth machismo of the animated character, so he'd be a great fit if he can sing, which I don't know if he can. I could also see Josh O'Connor from The Crown doing a great job. And I also like the idea of Taylor Zakar Perez from the upcoming Red, White, and Royal Blue movie. Maybe Daryl McCormick, who is really charming and will eventually become a big star, mark my words. And Disney recently cast Eman Esfandi in one of their Star Wars shows. Maybe he'd be a good fit. Zane Phillips from Fire Island is a rather popular choice. I'd actually love to see it. Seeing an openly gay man playing a masculine icon would be wonderful. So if I was the casting director, I guess my top 3 choices would be Mason Gooding, Taylor Zakar Perez, and Zane Phillips, and I would have to see them all do a screen test and sing Go the Distance to really choose one, but I think Disney and director Guy Ritchie should really look into them and not the boring old men that they probably are looking at. Okay, next up, let's cast Megara. Probably the most popular choice for the role is Ariana Grande, mostly because she sang a beautiful cover of I Won't Say I'm in Love, which people really responded to, and she actually is in the process of becoming a movie star. She currently is filming the Wicked movie adaptation where she will play Glinda, so maybe she wants to keep that momentum. And I'm a huge Ariana fan, so of course I am excited and curious to see her on the big screen, but when it comes to Meg from Hercules, I do have some concerns. Ariana's energy is more bubbly and soft than the snarky, sassy, hard-edged Megara, so I have some hesitation there. Just a little though, and also none of us have seen her cinematic acting style before, so can she even pull it off? I don't know. I'd be fine with and even excited with her in the role, but I do have some reservations. Others have suggested Ariana's victorious co-star Elizabeth Gillies because she is known for her sassy characters, but I'm not really feeling that choice, to be honest. She doesn't really carry much of a cinematic sensibility for me, and I like her, but she also does kind of feel a little too old for the role, and maybe it's just her old soul. But I don't know, I don't love that choice. Zendaya is another popular choice, and honestly, you could cast Zendaya as any character in any movie because she possesses so many different qualities and delivers them with such likability. Alright, another choice. Maybe she looks a bit too young, but I think Jenna Ortega could be an excellent Meg. She definitely had the witty, snarky attitude down if you've seen Wednesday. I don't know if she can sing, but she can do most anything, so I'm confident she could pull it off. Or maybe Sadie Sink is also a bit too young, but if you've seen The Whale, she's got attitude. And if Rachel Zegler wasn't already playing Snow White, she'd be up there for my top picks. And then there's Renee Rapp, who's playing Regina George in the Mean Girls musical movie. She has a stunning voice and could be a great fit. Ultimately, I think Zendaya is the best bet, but I do really love the idea of Jenna Ortega, so I don't know. Let's move on to Hades. Hades needs to be both comedic and menacing, so it'll be tough to cast him. My immediate thought is Jim Carrey, but that doesn't seem like a total knockout for me. Maybe Tom Hiddleston could pull it off, or Benedict Cumberbatch, but I'm not super excited about those choices either. I actually really like the idea of Murray Bartlett from The White Lotus and The Last of Us. He can do both humor and drama with equal power, so I think he'd actually be my top choice. Yeah, he's my pick actually. So, moving on to the final main role, which is Phil. And obviously, Danny DeVito, he needs to reprise his role there. I don't know what else they'd do, he'd need to return. And from there on out, I'm not too concerned about who plays the other roles, but Disney definitely needs to really hit a home run with the main roles, and I suggest they look into the names I've brought up in this video. And let's pray the movie itself will deliver. Director Guy Ritchie kind of worries me because I feel like he just barely succeeded with Aladdin. He ultimately managed to make a charming, fun, enjoyable movie that was faithful to the iconic animation while still having plenty of its own admirable qualities. But there were plenty of flaws for me, like the baffling casting of Jafar and the cheap-looking costume and set design that made it kind of feel like a Disney Channel movie. Hopefully he has a different team behind him with Hercules, and hopefully it'll be a glorious marriage between epic Greek mythology and witty, fun, electric vivacity. This video probably isn't as controversial as I made it sound in the beginning, but you never know with the people on the internet. The things they've said in my other videos are pretty wild, so yeah, who would you cast in the live-action Hercules movie? Let me know down below, and bye-bye!